Welcome to this edition of Amazon AMA from East to West. However, there's no West here today because West has got some stuff going on. That is Brett. So I will be running solo today. Here's what I will say to you people. I don't know if it's going to be as entertaining as Brett and myself talking together, but please put your comments in the chat. Please put them, make comments about what you want me to talk about. I almost said us, but it's not us. Make comments. Let me know what questions you have, and we will answer them. And by we, I mean me. I'm still getting used to that. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. I want to talk about a couple things when it comes to Amazon, and some of them are hot topics. Some of them are maybe nice to haves. I think the first thing that I want to talk about, and it's just because it's on my mind, is talking about Amazon and AI. I know everyone's heard about AI. It's a buzzword right now. People are not as I don't know. It's a buzzword, and people are maybe getting a little bit tired of hearing about it. I don't know. Maybe some people are super jazzed about it. Here's my take on this. One, we know that Amazon is wanting to help other people create LLMs. They're wanting other people to create generative AI using their engines. That is something that Amazon has gotten really good at. Now, I'm not just talking about AI. I'm talking about creating something and then leasing it out to people. That's what AWS is. Started as Marketplace Web Services, or MWS, and it evolved into AWS, and now they rent it out to people, which is great. The other thing that they have done that with is their logistics network. They have created a bunch of incredibly intricate logistics networks across not just the US, but across the globe. So complicated that I think we'd all probably have a stroke if we if we collectively looked at it together. So they've created this intricate network that allows people to get their packages within the same day, which is crazy. I don't know any other company that's been able to really guarantee that and put their name on it. There are other companies that will do deliveries for the day, like, hey, you can schedule pickup, or hey, we can get you a delivery from our store today, but nothing at the scale and the volume that Amazon does. So they have leased that out to other people to fulfill stuff for their website using multi-channel fulfillment. Oh, apparently I'm giving you the thumbs up. Let's see if this works. Hearts, people. I love you guys. Well, I love me. I mean, I'm the only one that I can see. So, but I love everybody, all the people. So they have been able to do it at quite incredible volume and scale, and again, have staked their name on it. So I think that's something that's super unique. They are doing that with AI. Amazon has been known to, I hesitate sometimes to say the word AI because sometimes people say AI, and I don't think they really mean AI. I think they mean machine learning or automation. And I need to stop putting my thumbs up. Or automation or an algorithm. And really, this all starts like machine learning algorithm stuff. It really just starts as a formula. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but it can start as a formula in a spreadsheet. That's how an algorithm can start. It can be as basic as that. And when we get up to AI, it's really creating a ton of scenarios where you are automating things. And in the case of certain instances, like a bunch of if-then statements, and doing it at scale. So that's the beauty and the power of AI. Now, Amazon is wanting to other people to create LLMs based on their technology. Here is another thing that I think maybe concerns people. Maybe they're okay with it, but there is this notion that AI is going to take over everything and humans will become obsolete. And I don't think that's the case. I think we're talking about not an either or scenario. I think we're talking about both working in tandem. Humans need to be human, and there are a bunch of tasks that don't need to be done by a human that will allow them to be more human, and they can be done efficiently. There was a great example. I was at an Amazon conference, and someone was talking about what AI can really do, and or robots, machines, etc. And it was a great example. I'm not going to take it as my own, but I will share it with you. It talks about the advantages of a human versus a machine. So let's say you work with Drungle. That's not a good name. Let's say Danny. We could go with Drungle, but let's go with Danny. Actually, you know what? Let's go with Drungle. So your friend Drungle that you work with, on Friday, you both leave. You do your thing. You enjoy your weekend with your family or by yourself. And you come back to work on Monday. Drungle doesn't show. I'm adding a little bit here, but Drungle doesn't show. That's weird. I didn't think Drungle was on vacation. I thought he was going to be here, but okay, no worries. Tuesday, Drungle shows back up with a bright red Ferrari. You know what Drungle makes. You know how much a Ferrari costs. You know how old Drungle is. Let's say he's 51. I'm really taking this Drungle thing far. I'm gonna take it till it's over. But you, as a human, will evaluate this situation differently than a machine will. AI can say something to the effect of, what are the amount of 51-year-olds that have come back from work and bought a red Ferrari? Did I say? I think I said Ferrari. What are the odds of that happening, and what are the likelihood? What are the likelihoods of that happening again? And give you a bunch of statistics on it. The benefit of a human. I'm looking right at you, my friend, who we're talking about this. I was talking about this earlier today. The human says, I wonder if Drungle is having a midlife crisis. I wonder if Drungle maybe cheated on his wife and he is hooking up with some younger person, and this car is meant to woo them. Like, the human mind goes to all these different places that are creative, and that is the difference between a human and AI. Now, I can be wrong. I'm okay to be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'm not afraid to apologize. But that is the difference. So I believe that in our industry, in Amazon industry, there's a lot of use cases for AI. So some of them are writing copy. That's a really basic one. And honestly, I think you think about 3 years ago, people were resistant, and still are in some cases, were resistant to use automation or tools to write stuff because it felt like cheating. And we're talking about taking away some of the mundane tasks to focus on some of the other things and automate the small pieces, or just, I don't know, make your life a little bit easier. But when you talk about AI for writing copy, you can input now keywords and say, write something in this tone, in this style. And you can use all the language out there that you could come up with yourself. However, you're allowing a machine to do it for you, to create something in a shorter amount of time where you can then go back and refine. AI is not, I'm giving you a lecture on AI, and I'm not going to call myself an AI expert by any means. I use it. I have some insight on it, but AI allows you to get that work done quicker and maybe even come up with ideas that you wouldn't come up with, but it always requires an additional pass through. If you are just creating content and that's it, and you're allowing AI, let's say ChatGPT or any other software out there, to create something for you, and you're not doing a pass through on it, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're now relying upon a machine to give nuance that I don't think it is gonna be able to give you, unless you work through a bunch of prompts. And then in that case, it's probably gonna take you just about the same time to write it on your own. So there is AI right now. In image creation, you could use AI for image creation. You can use it inside the ad console on Amazon. If you are short on images for a sponsored brand, go into the creative assets section of the ad console and create an image. Get better at writing your prompts. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I've looked at making some for a brand, and custom creative is, in my opinion, going to always be better. Maybe 5 years from now, we're able to refine that a lot more. Great. I'm okay with that. It still has to be realistic. And there probably will be some kind of regulations on, is this the image of the actual product, or is this an AI drawing? Because renders are allowed. We use renders with clients, and I've seen them running a test on Amazon. Renders of a product, it's going to depend upon the category, but can get better conversion rates. They're more attractive. They are a little bit crisper. But maybe you're misrepresenting your product, and that could be a problem as well. But Amazon uses AI in the ad console to create images. Take advantage of that. Give a very specific prompt. Let's say you sell a garden hose and you want to show this garden hose in use. Okay, say garden hose being held by, a woman, early 30s, watering her yard in the suburbs. She's got open land and there's a dragon in the background. I don't know that that's going to fly, pun intended, but you can utilize that and now have something running in your sponsor brand that at least looks better than no image at all. Is anyone else getting tired of hearing me talk? I'm a little tired of hearing me talk, but I'm going to keep going. Remember, if you have something, a question that you want to ask, I want to answer your question. So please, 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 please ask a question. Anyway, I digress. So you can use AI in the ad console. You can use a tech provider to help you to automate your bidding when it comes to advertising. I've gone back and forth on this, but I think you as a agency have to think, what is our value prop to the brands that we're working with? Are they hiring us because we're just the absolute smartest people, better than anyone, and it's our handcrafted work that they need? Or is there a way to get even smarter and allow a machine to do bidding for you that has historical data and context that will allow it to get better results and scale in a way that you cannot do as a human? It's just not possible to go through all those scenarios. If it's, if you're an artist and you're a sculptor and that's what you do, you want to do stuff by hand. Now you could be an artist. There are artists that work in different mediums. A lot of people would say, I'm thinking of like a Jackson Pollock or someone who, has a bunch of splattering of stuff on a canvas. A lot of people are going to say that looks terrible. That does not look like art, but it's somewhat subjective. So still technically art. There could be AI artists that come out. I'm sure there will be. And there are already people that are ripping off artists, music artists, by having them sing over another song. Like I heard Kanye West sing, I think, a Weekend song that he did not sing. And it was okay. It was, you could tell that it was robotic and it wasn't real. So I think there's going to be a need for people who are still real. Just like I'm a big Prince fan, as you can see. And Prince complained about musicians, current pop stars, when he was alive, not making real music anymore because they didn't play instruments. There will always be a need for that, even as things evolve. But in the ad console, if you are wanting to take advantage of some of these automations, you're already doing it probably with a rules-based scenario with your tech platform. Great. If this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. I think those work and can work. You still have to check in on them. Maybe the rules that you set one day are not going to apply later on. We all know things change very frequently on Amazon. So maybe you're super aggressive on one term and your rules change for that. And so you have to change. Now imagine being able to do that at greater scale and with more information and being able to make better decisions. To me, that feels like a win for your clients. If you're a brand, ask yourself this: do I care that I have an in-house person that's managing ads versus me running a software that's managing them efficiently? Now, the thing is, I think this is something too, right? No, maybe this is it. There we go. Yeah. And then I think there's one other one. Yeah, there we go. All right, got you guys some fireworks. So you can do that at greater scale. And if you're a brand, do you really care that it's a person or that it's a machine that's doing it? I don't know. Ask yourself that question. If it does matter to you, seek out that person or that agency that's going to be that specific person. But I think when we are afraid of tech and we move away from it, it honestly closes our minds down and it closes our possibilities. I am not the reason that someone hires my agency Cartology is not because I am just the absolute smartest person and the team knows every single thing about Amazon, because those things are not possible. I'm sorry. Anyone who thinks that they are the smartest and they know everything, there's someone that's smarter than you and knows more than you. The person who knows the most and is the smartest, I don't know. Maybe it's Jeff Bezos. Hard to say. I don't know him, or I haven't seen him in a while. He and I don't hang out since we went to high school together. Not really. But there's always someone that knows more and is smarter than you. So I think what makes us unique is we have a really deep understanding and expertise of Amazon. We know how things work. We are proactive. We are serving you very, very well and highly communicative, and we get results. Back to AI. You still need a human managing it. You still need a human with a little bit of oversight. Hey, I noticed this happen. I'm not seeing it go in the result that I want, so I need to steer it in a different way. I don't think AI is going to fully take over the world. Maybe some people do. I do think it's a very powerful tool and it will continue to evolve and we can do more with it. A lot of people thought that internet fad was going away. I think it's here to stay. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Amazon live shopping. So, live shopping is something that Amazon has tried to get going for a long time. And you can run a live and spend a lot of money as a brand. You can work with an influencer and you can use those influencers to then show your products. They can get commissions on them when they link to them, affiliate commissions, and then Amazon pays them. I think the live shopping thing is huge. And I'm looking at news right now that says Amazon invests $25 million in 10-year AI research partnership. So I think they're going all in. You can also watch on Amazon's blog Andy Jassy talk about our innovation in AI. I know I talked about Jeff Bezos, and Andy Jassy is technically the CEO, but Jeff Bezos is kind of like the OG, so easier to say. But Andy Jassy as well, leading us into AI futures. So live shopping is something that I think can be incredibly powerful. QVC is still a thing, people. People still shop live. And I believe it's because there is for the same reason that when there was a case study that a company called Snap 36 put out, they did 360 photographs for products. And there was a bug spray that they did a 360 image for that increased, you would think a bug spray like let's say insecticide or something like that. Why would you need a 360 image for that? Yeah, I don't know. But they added it to the product detail page and increased conversion rate by 10%. I will not wag my finger at anything that increases conversion rate. If it's something I created, if it's something I didn't create, my idea, not my idea, whatever's going to get my clients to win, that's what I'm going to do. So I've even said, hey, you don't need us right now with the investment that you've made and the money that you have. You're better off spending your money on ads and going at it with what you currently have versus continue to pay us, because you're not profitable and it's going to be very, very difficult for you to grow and scale at your current profitability level maybe they won't get to the scale that we could bring them to if they don't have the investment. But, there's only so much I can do about that if the brand doesn't have the profitability. So I've done that before. I'm just saying I want my clients to win, so I want to do the best thing for them. There are some where maybe we do think that there's a possibility, and so we lean into that. But it really depends. It's brand to brand, and what their appetite is. Anyway, I want to see these brands win. So something is going to increase conversion rate. Let's do it. The reason I brought that up is because if live shopping helps people to have more of a tactile experience, which I believe is the reason why this bug spray had a 10% increase in conversion rate, because it was a tactile experience. People can now look at it. I was looking for something to pick up. Maybe I'll pick up this mouse. Okay, I see what this looks like. There's a reason why Amazon is using augmented reality to look at like shoes, or to see it. I bought a desk on Amazon and I could see it in my room. I could see what it looked like. Super helpful to be able to know what's the size, where is it going to fit in the room. So people want a tactile experience. As much as I am very pro Amazon, 80% of purchases, actually a little bit more than 80%, are still in store. So if you're not doing stuff in store, which I would recommend brands do in the right stores, there's 80% of purchases that are happening out there, even though e-commerce is super strong and super viable and is going to continue to grow. But people want tactile experience. That gives that to them. So the benefit of a live shopping experience is someone showcasing your product, speaking to what it does, giving someone an example. That's why UGC content, I think, is so hot, because it's I had someone on my podcast, The Longer Game. Go check it out, thelongergame.com. Got some great episodes wrapping up season 2 here. It is definitely a thumbs up with fireworks. So I had someone on my podcast and we talked about UGC, and her comment was UGC works because people are tired of being talked to by brands in ads. It was Nikki Lindgren. I think I'm saying her name right, but from Pennock, and she came on and runs ads for cosmetic companies, beauty companies, which is really cool. And I agree with her. I think UGC is really, really strong because it is the actual product in use. It feels natural. It doesn't feel like a brand talking to you. There's a whole stream of, or a camp that talks about ugly ads. Ugly ads are ads that convert, but that are not super pretty. And they are, maybe they've got a bunch of text on them. Maybe they're a little bit off brand, but they work. So I think the live streaming thing is something that Amazon has tried to do. It has not been super successful. I think probably cost prohibitive for a brand if they, want to spend $50,000 on a live and make it big. If they want to go with a celebrity influencer and do it themselves, that's another option. I've actually never been trying to hold off that yawn the whole time, but I couldn't avoid it. There are celebrities that have their own pages, and I don't know how well those perform, like their own store. Hey, check this out. And they're probably, earning affiliate commissions, or maybe they've just got sponsorships from those brands. But the live shopping experience has been, I think, somewhat lackluster. I know Amazon has been wanting it to be big. And I think my thought would be creating a social platform, just like, where this is streaming on X or LinkedIn. They want to be the one-stop shop for people. And so I think they're going to continue to lean into the social media side of things. We've got things like Amazon Posts. Don't knock posts until you tried it. If it's free traffic, just the cost of creating images, take advantage of that. We do that for our brands. We create posts. You can't really track conversions right now, but you can track traffic to the page. And that's something that is invaluable because you're getting traffic just by placements that Amazon's putting on the site organically. So Amazon is also probably going to want to compete with, TikTok and all the Meta platforms. Although I am seeing them start to partner with platforms. Last year, Amazon announced that they were going to be allowing in-app checkout for Facebook. I believe Instagram too, but definitely Facebook. That's a big win. Amazon's partnering with Shopify to offer buy with Prime to its merchants, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, etc. So Amazon's going to partner in those ways to increase the social engagement. But I think anything they can do to keep people in their ecosystem, they want to do. And I would recommend that they keep trying. And I think that sorry, I was looking at a LinkedIn message that was from what seems like a bot. Maybe it was AI. Who knows? But there are. I think there's a reason for Amazon to keep pushing to work on social media related stuff, and maybe they can crack that nut. It's challenging to do when you've got really strong, sticky platforms like a Instagram or TikTok, I think, or X or LinkedIn. If you're not drawing people in with some kind of social connectivity, because those communities, I think, are why things are so important. You're creating a community, a sense of community. Whether it's real or not is up to you. Whether you take that community outside of the social platform is something that is up to you. But I do think that you're there because of the community, and so Amazon wants to create community around that. And I think it's wise that they at least give it an attempt. And Bezos, sorry, Jassy, but Bezos has said we have to try bigger things and fail bigger. And one of the things that I just as a human have noticed is, you get beat down by failures or things that don't work, and you feel like I can't dream big. I have to dream small. And I do not believe that that's what God wants. I think he wants us to dream big. And so we have to remember to dream big. It means that we could have big failures, but we can also learn something from them. That's all I got for you today, people. I'm going to end on time because it's just me. So what did we learn today? I don't know. That's up to you. I can't tell you what you learned, but we talked about how I think AI and humans are going to work together. I do think it's going to continue to advance on Amazon. Try some of the stuff that's out there. Try something on the ad console to create an image. Find a bidding platform that can automate stuff for you, or use AI. A friend of mine has a platform for pricing called Prophecy that is AI based, and they're making micro changes in order to help increase your profit dollars coming into your account when things are, continuing to take profit from you on the Amazon sphere. The other thing is live shopping, Amazon integrating social into its platform. I think more to come on that. Well, it's been real. I think it's been real. It's been real for me. And we'll see if I invite Brett back. I think I will, but we'll see if I invite him back to the next one. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of